Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. An important point is when to see and how to see the horoscope of children. Firstly, is it right to see the horoscope of children and then to ascertain things and then do something about it, direct the child, check the child's growth trajectory, his education, health and so on, and then take some decisions according to that? And should we not do that? And if the horoscope has to be looked into to guide the child or do something about the child's planetary placement and what opportunities or challenges the child may face, then when should we do it? Firstly, if a child, say for example, is born blind, then is the child born blind because of a specific time that he is born at, and if he is born at a wrong time because of the planetary placements, and so in an instant while he was in the mother's womb he was not blind, and the moment he came out of the mother's womb he becomes blind because the planetary placements at that point are wrong, or the child is blind in the mother's womb itself. We know that there are many times birth anomalies where somebody is born with 6 fingers, long and short limbs and so on. Does that happen in the mother's womb or does it happen after birth? We know because of scientific evidence through sonography that it happens in the mother's womb itself, and that's why through the sonography a number of anomalies can be seen while the child is in the mother's womb itself. Which means that the child develops challenges or goodness or issues in his body and in his growth and development through the mother's womb itself. And that's why the mother's nourishment is very important. How the mother is taking care of is important. The emotional support and the love and care around the mother is very important. And there is the responsibility of everybody in the family to keep a atmosphere of peace, love, support and care for the mother, and to take as much care of her as possible, because a new life is being groomed in her womb, and to a large extent the love and support and the environment in the house is also responsible for what is growing in the mother's womb. So then the child will be normal and the child will be healthy, and the child will also have less emotional issues. It has been found scientifically that during the growth of a child in the mother's womb, if she is facing a lot of anxieties, frustrations, anger, and she is feeling depressed, she is feeling fearful, then the child will not be somebody who will be very intelligent, very clever, very well groomed, very emotionally balanced. The child will also show tendencies in his or her own mannerisms of some of these. And that's why it is important to take care of the mother's health. So does the environment in the household determine what kind of child is being born and what is happening, or is it because of something else? What is the reason why a child is born with certain tendencies? Let's look at an important shloka which throws some light on what the child is born with. The shloka says, the child is covered by its mother's fate in the first 4 years, by its father's fate in the next 4 years, and by its purva karma thereafter up to 12 as per Manteshwara. Only after 12 will the child be governed by the effects of planets in his own horoscope. So the first 4 years of the child to a large extent depends on the mother's karma, and hence the child which is born is carrying the deposit of the mother's karma. Okay, but that is from the first month to the 4th, but not about when it is in the mother's womb, which means that the child is carrying its own karma, what it is carrying from its previous birth, and what the soul has decided as an experience to lead. So if the soul has decided that I want to be born blind, I want to experience blindness, or its karma forces it to be blind because of its karmic debt to people who were blind maybe, so the child is born with a certain and blindness is just one example we are giving. The child may be born with a lot of intelligence, the child may be born with a lot of artistic ability, could be good or bad. So then the child is born with its own karma and to an extent the karma of the parents also. And that means the karma of everybody is linked. Your karma is not separate from anybody else's karma, especially the people who you were with in your previous life. If you were in your previous life with not behaving well with your mother, not treating her well, she may be born in this life as your sister, and so you have to pay back the karmic debt, and that's why she has come in close quarters in a relationship. And so it's important for you need to pay back her back. And so you will find that one relation which keeps on troubling you, there is some karmic thread to that relationship, and there is some karmic relation and possibly karmic debt that you are carrying which needs to be paid off. So same thing, when the child is born, whatever capability the child is born with, it is the karma of the child, but that is linked with the karma of the parents as well. And so the child is born with its Purva karma, mother's karma, as well as the father's karma. And there are other karma also linked to other people who the child has a strong karmic debt to. That manifestation is also included in the child's karma. So when the child is born, in the mother's womb itself, eyes, hand, limbs, and its attitude, its intellect, everything is shaped. And the time of the birth is also fixed basis what the child is developing. We feel that if we can have a designer child where we can decide, okay, what time of the day should the delivery happen, so the child will have a good birth time. But you may interfere with nature and you may want it. But what is Srishti saying? What is nature saying? Nature has already given it a particular period of time of birth. Now you may preempt it by cutting open the stomach and taking the child out. But the child was supposed to be delivered at a particular time, and basis that the child's progress has continued. Even when you have designer babies born with a certain lagna, there is no guarantee that the child will absolutely have a fantastic fantastic future just because you preempted the time, you saw when are the best planetary placements possible, and basis that you work back when the conception should happen, and you plan all of that, and then you conceive the child. It may not always work, there may be complications happen, but even if it works to the T exactly as you plan, yet there are no guarantees how the child may live out, how the child may grow up, because its own karma is riding on the shoulders of the horoscope. So the horoscope is not everything, the horoscope is just a blueprint, but the building which is created, when you're creating a building, on any blueprint, you will find that there are always things which are missed out, there are always corrections which need to happen, there are always some small things which need to be added, changed while the building is being constructed. And that's why you need to have architects at the site. The project managers are always talking, the construction project managers are always talking to the architects, the designers, and small changes are happening every now and then because something somewhere has been missed out. Our lives are just like that, and so it's important to see when the child is born, it is bringing certain part of its karma with it. So then, should we see the horoscope at all or not, or should we let it go? That is an important question to be asked. But there is another factor to looking at a horoscope. Now, one shloka says that the mental disposition of the parents at the time of conception, at the time of the sexual act, which will lead to the conception of the child, is also very, very important. And various shlokas say, depending on what time of the day it is, what is the mental disposition of the couple, are they indulging in anger, are they indulging in sadness, is it being done by force by the man on the woman? All that will lead to the overall analysis or the overall contribution to the horoscope of the child. Let's look at one shloka. The child in the womb will be according to the mental disposition of the couple and their desires, and according to the tridoshas prevailing. So if the couple is doing the sexual act, the act of intimacy, angrily, or the mother is sad, or the father is forcing himself on her, or the father himself is under frustration, all that according to astrology, according to the ancient texts, will contribute to the mental makeup and to the pregnancy of the child. So every small thing will lead to the contribution to the child. And so when the child is born, the child is not born only because of its own karma, which predominates everything else, but also the karma of the parents and anybody else that the child is carrying the karmic debt to, plus how the child was conceived, in what situation it was conceived, what was the environment in the house when the mother was carrying the child, and so on. So it's very important that, does the child need help? First thing that we do when the child is born is the doctor checks the health of the child. And many times nowadays children also being born with jaundice or some other thing, then immediately that support is given to the child. In the same way, a lot of other support may also be needed for the child, which may not be seen just by health examination, but various things that will come to light later. For example, many children, we don't know whether the child has learning disabilities till much later in life. For example, some children will show learning disabilities only after they go to school, and some will show learning disabilities much later in the 3rd, 4th, 5th standard. When they get to higher classes, then they show that they are not able to grasp subjects beyond a certain aptitude. So the child's aptitude is also important. And scientific theories also say that there are 9 multiple intelligences. Each multiple intelligence gives a different capability to the child. So if the child is given the necessary support, for example, if somebody is in the child's horoscope, if Saturn is very, very weak, then the child may have difficulty in the development of bones. And if you let it be before the actual strike happens, when the child's bones are not developing, they are too brittle, and later on, very late in the life, very late you are getting to know, and the doctor says he was born with a lot of challenges. Initially, if he had come to know about this, we could have done something about it, we could have nourished the baby, and in the formative years, the growth was not happening. So many times the child's growth is stunted, the parents come to know only after 3, 4, 5, 6 years. I know of somebody whose child was not having the normal growth, and for the first few years they didn't realize it so much. They thought the child's growth will pick up, but only in the 6th or 7th year they realized that the child was stunted. That means the child would not grow like a normal child, and he was not picking up the height, he was not able to speak. And then when the studies were done, the medical examination was done, that's when they got to know that the child's development was not proper, and the child needed extra support, extra help in terms of nutrition, in terms of physiotherapy, in terms of some medications, and that may have helped him in his formative years if it was detected. Astrology allows us to look at the planetary placements and see what can come about and what tendencies may be seen, and if necessary support and help is given to the child in his formative years, it is a great help. So firstly, the mental makeup, the health can be looked at through astrology and can be checked, and to see whether the child will develop normally or the child will have issues. If Mars is severely afflicted, then there may be issues in the child's blood. There may be something related to the blood. He may have anemia, he may have low blood platelet counts, his blood circulation may be not right, his blood pressure may be higher, but we may not get to know. Many times we pass off children's not being able to sit in one place and extra energy as the child being naughty, whereas the reason could be something else. If the child is not very bright, if the child is not speaking, we may say the child is shy. We may not look at that the child may have challenges of speaking. But if you look into the astrological map, his own horoscope, we may see that there may be an afflicted Mercury and Jupiter lying somewhere, which tells us that the child may develop problems in speech. And so necessary help can be given to the child through nutrition, through physiotherapy, through any external medical help, expert help, through which the child may be able to recover some ground, sometimes a lot of ground. Why? Because everything is not the child's horoscope. The horoscope is giving the tendencies, the capabilities, the possibilities, but it is not a guarantee. But if the horoscope is allowed to go by default, if you live your life by default, then the horoscope takes over. But if you live your life by design, you look into the horoscope, but you design your life around and overcoming the tendencies of your horoscope, then you create your life by design. So in various shlokas it is said, enough opportunity, enough free will is given to you to live your life by design and not by default, and that needs to be taken care of. So when the child is born, various elements of his health can be seen, his lagna can be checked, his fifth house can be checked whether the child will have good learning capabilities or not, his Saturn can be looked at whether he will have proper bone development, his Mars can be looked for blood, his Venus can be looked at whether in his growing years how he will be able to deal with the opposite gender, his or her own sexual preferences, and whether they will have a proper sexual health and also ability to indulge in the sexual act. So various things can be seen through the horoscope, and it can be used to create a roadmap and to be seen and checked at various points of time, including the dasha periods. Important transits will tell you something, important dasha periods will tell you something, and something will flare up more during a certain dasha and be a pointer. But if you can fathom the dasha well before it happens, if you can fathom the transit before it happens, what tendencies it can bring, then you may be able to help the child better, you may be able to guide the child better. If the child is showing that the child may not support the parents in his later life, sun and moon really strongly afflicted, ninth house very very afflicted, second house very strongly afflicted, then the child may not help and support the parents. If the parents' horoscope also shows a very badly afflicted fifth house, then the child may not be a good support to the children. In fact, various other combinations may also show that the child may be an issue to the parents, a problem to the parents, and may bring about huge upheavals to the parents. Then the child's grooming at the time of when the child is still in its formative years, the values, the principles can be inculcated into the child and can be told to the child, and that is very very important. I know somebody who long back showed huge problems in the horoscope, which showed trouble with the opposite gender, and I told the parents of that child that this boy may have problems with the opposite gender, so you need to be very careful. And many years later it was found that the child used to have challenges dealing with the opposite gender, would be too shy to talk to them, and later on develop a certain complex towards them. So in spite of the parents' lot of effort, the child still showed the tendencies which were there in the horoscope, but it was curbed to a large extent because of the support, motivation that the parents kept giving the child, and to a large extent the challenge was curbed. But the child would invariably every now and then get into some trouble with some girl at school because of some reason, if nothing else because of miscommunication or misunderstanding, sometimes even when the child was not at fault. So these tendencies are there in the horoscope. One needs to deep dive into it, look into them, understand them, and give the necessary support, grooming, help to the child, so that the child can have as much normal a childhood as the child can have. It is like a sonography of the child's life. Just like you do it in the mother's womb, you can do the sonography of the child's future through the horoscope and give the necessary support wherever there is a challenge, wherever there is a weakness. You can give the external help and support to the child. Various shlokas tell us that the child's health may be of concern in first year or the second year or the first few months if certain planetary placements are there, sometime with grave results, even fatality of the child. And so sometimes it so happens when the child is born and the Pandit says that these planetary placements are not good, so you do this puja, you do that puja, and sometimes they extract a lot of money from you. So you need to be a little careful to what extent you depend completely on external help through mantras and japas, and through that alone to help the child. You may do those pujas and japas and mantras and do all those kind of spiritual remedies, but they work only so much. Important thing is the love, the affection, the care, the medical help, the psychological help, the social help are very very important, along with the motivation, the encouragement. plus the remedy, the spiritual remedies you do, so that then it's a holistic help that you can provide to the child. And that starts with looking into the horoscope when the child is being born and using it as a guide, not as an end all, but as a guide, how you may treat the child, how you may group the child, so that the child can have a better grooming, better upbringing through an educated look into his or her horoscope. So friends, if you have children who are still very young, it's never too late. You can look into the child's horoscope, take the help of somebody who's an expert, look into the horoscope, see the tendencies of the child, groom the child accordingly. You can use the horoscope also to guide the child towards where his or her strengths are. And sometimes children get too lost. They don't know whether I have to do this or do that. So they show the tendencies, their interest in a certain area and strengths also in some area, but the parents keep pushing them into something else, and that's where the child gets lost. Many times they are not able to talk to parents also openly. So the horoscope may guide you where the child's strengths lie. The child can be very good at in his or her artistic ability. Somebody can have great singing power. Somebody can be a great writer. Somebody can be very good in mathematics. Somebody can be a good researcher. Somebody can do something out of the box and do something which is completely innovative. So look into the horoscope, understand the strengths of the child and help the child accordingly, not according to your own whims and fancies. So please like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Until some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.